YouTube. What am I saying? And I want to go over a few topics. I feel like me getting these thoughts late at night. I have to, I get to express them, and what most people don't talk about, especially stepping into networking, stepping into entrepreneurship, is the climb. I named this the climb because it truly is a climb to the top. And in order for us to get to that next level, we really have to shift the way that we're thinking. And I was motivated to start this journey because I was a broke college student. I wasn't happy about my results and where I was going. I knew that I was meant for more. And if you're watching this right now, chances are you're probably thinking the same thing, right? You're thinking about how you're meant for more. You're thinking about how you can change your results. And, I want to bring a few things to light because, like I said, I was in that same situation where, I was thinking like, man, like there has to be a better way. There has to be a better way with the rise of technology and the rise of AI. I'm not meant, to just work and work and work and work and just slave for the rest of my life. I'm meant to be more. I'm meant to grow into something more. And I started having these thoughts today, like, man, like only if people really knew the power of community, only if people really knew the power of, leading people to growth, leading people to transformation, leading people to development. It's not just about the things that I do. It's not just about trading. It's not about crypto. It's not about posting videos and creating content. It's truly about making a difference, inspiring someone to step outside of their comfort zone and grow into who they want to become. Right? Whether that's a better father, a better mother, a more skilled individual, whether you want to become a speaker, whether you want to be a leader, whether you want to travel the world and experience new cultures. Like these are things that I've always wanted to experience. And because of, networking and because of being a part of communities of people, not just online, but in person, collaborating, running events, my life has truly begun to change. So I want you to start, thinking to yourself like, man, like where do I want to go? What do I want to do? What do I want to be? Who do I want to become? And when those things start, when you start to think those new thoughts, your mind starts to run wild. And I want you to know, like, you don't have to be the expert in order for you to grow. Like, I'm giving you permission to grow. I remember, walking into spaces, walking into dealerships, going into stores and not having the money and thinking to myself like, man, like I really can't afford this. Or thinking to my parents, they would tell me like, Eli, we can't do this right now. And I would just think like, man, like there is a better way. There has to be a better way. Like there's people that are living the life of their dreams. How can I go out and do the same? Like drop a one in the chat box if you're feeling the same exact way. This isn't going to be a podcast. I want this to be more interactive, but think about that for a second. Like think about how there's a better way for you to live your life. There's a better way for us to elevate and make money, especially, with the rise of technology, the rise of AI. We can share value with other people and get paid on it. I want you to think about like billboards, right? When you drive past a billboard, when was the last time that maybe you bought from a billboard? When was the last time that you've done that? I haven't done it in a while. Like I can't remember the last time I walked past a billboard and said, yeah, like I'm gonna go out and buy that. Usually it's from a friend. Usually it's from a family member. And I want you to realize that you have a lot more influence than you think you do. Think about the last time that you went to a restaurant. Think about the last time that you maybe bought a pair of shoes. Think about the last time that you had a great experience going out somewhere and experiencing life. something that, affected you on an emotional level. It could be, a steakhouse that you went to. It could have been, an experience. It could have been, maybe you got a new phone, at a phone store. But see, when we refer people to these things, we don't get paid on it, right? And we're doing this on a daily basis. So I want you to think to yourself, like, what if you could get paid on the things that you refer to people, that you actually get value from, that you actually use? There's a lot of influencers, right, on Instagram, on TikTok, on all these different social media platforms, but are they really promoting things that they care about and they actually use? One thing that I care about is financial literacy, financial education, like talking about cryptocurrency, talking about, trading in the financial markets. That is what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about, being able to create safe spaces for people where they can grow. And what's going on, Mimi? I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Bentley, what's going on? It's great to connect with you guys. Um, I'm very passionate about leadership, about leading people, helping people grow, helping people develop. That is the key. What I'm teaching how to become the best version of yourself, how to learn how to create residual income. Appreciate you for subscribing, man. Appreciate you. It feels so good to know that, we have people on here and they're really, really, getting value. But just to give you guys a quick recap of who I am, where I come from. My name is Elias Santiago. I'm 25 years young, and 4 years ago, yeah, start with lesson one. What's up, Manny? Um, 5 years ago, I got involved with digital entrepreneurship, and I was a broke college student. I appreciate you. I was a broke college student. I was going to Penn State University. I was working at Home Depot, and the whole world just ended up shutting down. It was the craziest thing. You know what I'm talking about. Drop a two in the chat box if you remember the world shutting down back in 2020. My parents lost their jobs. Everybody lost their jobs. People in my family were getting sick. It was just like a surreal moment, and it felt super heavy in my family. I was like, man, like, I gotta make a change. I gotta make things happen. I gotta go out and find ways to become financially independent. And I remember, I was seeing ads on YouTube about, making money online. And this guy was like flashing on his Lamborghinis, and he was like, see, you're broke. You can't buy this. And I was like, yo, like, that's crazy. That is crazy. And ever since then, I started doing research on personal growth, personal development. I ended up buying a course. It was $30, and I started learning how to journal. I started learning how to visualize and manifestation. And I was going down this path where I was going to be doing e-commerce. I was going to be selling digital products. Well, I was posting about my growth. I was posting about my journey, and this is the whole turning point when everything changed. My twin brother reconnected with someone that I used to wrestle with. And he was like, yeah, bro, I haven't met you. I haven't seen you guys in a minute. He came over and he started showing us the markets and how to trade. And I was like, man, like, you just made $1,000 on the charts, like, trading in the financial markets. And he's like, yeah, bro, like, I did. And he was like, matter of fact, come with me to this event next week. We're gonna be going to this event in New Jersey, this Palooza. The energy is amazing, bro. The energy is crazy. So we went to this event, and I saw people that were my age, 21, 22, 23, 24, and they were living the life of their dreams, driving their dream cars, retiring their families, retirement parties. They were leading organizations, leading teams. And I was just like, geez, like, what do I got to do to be in that position? And that is when my whole life changed. I started to get into public speaking, and I have my own podcast. I have an e-commerce line. I'm into trading. I'm into crypto. I'm into sales now, which is incredible. And the whole idea, is taking cash flow, taking residual income that you're not getting from your job and putting that money into the markets, putting that money into investments, into safe havens. And this business has brought me to multiple different countries. I started traveling the world. I've been to Croatia. Like, check out my YouTube, guys. I posted the whole journey. I have all my vlogs in there. I have videos with my twin brother. It's absolutely incredible, right? And I want you to know, like, if you're listening to this, like, I'm no different than you. You can do it too. You can do it too. It's amazing that you can be a person that comes from the same communities, the same neighborhood, the same lifestyle, and you can change. You can change your life. So I want you to realize, like, you don't have to be a master at your craft to step into leadership. Like, we're all leaders to one capacity of another. And if you have a model, an affiliate model, if you have a way that you can share value, share information, share your mentorship, and lead people to the mentors that are helping you, you can create residual income through providing products and services for your community, for your following. So if you're watching this right now, position yourself with people that are winning the way that you want to win, are living the life that you want to live. And through that, you can use what's called leverage. um, what's happening right now in the economy, in the world, AI is just getting faster and faster and faster and faster. Like, every 6 months, it's doubling its speed right now. And I started to realize, like, man, like, I was doing DoorDash, I was delivering, with Instacart, delivering at Walmart, and I'm like, man, like, I cannot keep living my life this way. Like, I'm driving almost 12 hours a day. I'm working at jobs making $8 an hour, $10 an hour, $13 an hour. I'm like, I am not worth $13 an hour. There's no possible way. But my skill level, I didn't know the skills. I didn't have the information. I didn't have the groups. I didn't have the mentors. So I had to make a change. And that is when I stepped into what's called network marketing. Network marketing is where you're marketing a product, a valuable product, to a group of people. And where most people get it twisted is that they're leveraging a product, or they're selling people on a service where the person on the other side that they're selling to is not really getting anything. So that's why people, tend to call things like this pyramid schemes. They tend to call it scams. They tend to call it where the person is at the top making all the money. But if you're truly getting value for something, and you're truly, you know, getting value from a specific product, a specific service, you're going to want to share it. That's all network marketing is. You go out to a restaurant, you eat at a restaurant, you love the restaurant says, "Hey, if you create a video here telling other people that you love what you're eating at this restaurant, you love the experience, we're going to pay you." That's exactly how network marketing works. That's exactly how affiliate marketing works. So if you're interested in this type of thing, we have a community called Alpha X Society where we're teaching this all over the world. We have teams in Africa, we have teams in Australia, we have teams in Italy, we have teams here in the United States. And I'm even hosting an event in Pennsylvania, December 13th, from 12 to 4. It's going to be a networking event slash workshop. And we're gonna be flowing. Like, we're gonna be giving out information for people to grow, for people to elevate. But there's one big problem that people are overlooking. Most people don't have the money to risk or invest. So this is why we're asking people to step into uncomfortability, to become uncomfortable. Like, this may be one of the hardest things that you ever do. Like, I'm just gonna keep it real with you. Like, you stepping into network marketing, you becoming that mentor, you stepping into digital entrepreneurship, building that brand is probably gonna be one of the hardest things that you ever do, because there's going to be days that you're not going to want to do it. There's going to be days that are going to be hard. There's going to be days where you're going to feel like, you're down, and it's kind of like you're going up and down and up and down. And this is exactly why I focus on my morning routine. I focus on my morning routine. This is kind of just like a rant. Like I don't really have anything to train you on or to talk to you guys on. I just want to give you guys the blueprint on what I've been able to do, how I've been able to grow, and how I've been able to change my life. I have my journal here. This is where I write down all my thoughts and I write down all my goals. I have my leadership book here, The Leader's Greatest Return by John C. Maxwell. And I have the most important book, the Bible. And this is how I've been able to grow myself. This is how I've been able to stay so consistent because I'm pouring into my cup. I'm focusing on me. So if you really want to grow and you really want to change, it's gonna take radical change. It's gonna take you going to the events, listening to the audios. It's gonna take you locking in with yourself, separating yourself from those negative people, separating yourself from those negative influences. It's gonna take you being called crazy and being called, insane. So if you feel like you're ready, to get started and you want to um, go on this journey of digital entrepreneurship and, build your own community and be that light for your people, shoot me a message. Shoot me a message. My Instagram is Elevate with Eli. Just shoot me a message on my Instagram, or you could even comment here. Um, you can comment here and, um, just comment the words wealth, the word wealth, and I'll be reaching out to you personally. You can also send me a DM on Instagram where we can get connected. We can jump on a call just like this where I can tell you about our mentorship. I can tell you, some of the things that we have planned, and drop your city. Drop your city. Leave a comment. I'm gonna save this live, and I'm gonna go review all the comments. So drop in the comments, where you're from, your name, how we can get connected and see if this thing would really be a good fit for you. I want to be that mentor. I want to be that guide for you. By no means am I a millionaire just yet, or I'm making all this money just yet, but I have the courage to start. I have the courage to begin. So if you feel like that is you, let's have that conversation. I have amazing mentors in my corner that are guiding me, that are helping me become the better version of myself, and I want to be that mentor for you as well. And in return, I would love for you to be that mentor for other people. So I hope this live gave you clarity tonight. We were able to get to know each other a little bit better, and I'm nobody. I'm special, but my problems aren't special, right? Me going to college, me going through trials and tribulations. I wanted to be a police officer. I wanted to eventually work my way up into the FBI and the CIA and all these different things. But I'm like, man, like I don't have to put my life on the line to make an impact on millions and millions of people. I can do it on a much higher level. I can create value. I can create businesses. So that's the journey, and that's where I'm at. And I'm excited to continue to get to know you guys more. I'm launching my podcast. It's coming out January 15th of 2026. And I'm also releasing a clothing line called Elevate Bay. You can actually shop right now, pre-sale, elevatebay.shop. And I'm releasing hoodies, I'm releasing candles, I'm releasing journals. Like I just want to create so much value. I just want to create uh so much of a safe space where people can come together and grow. And I know that we're gonna do it one step at a time. And I want you to know that you're not alone, and you have everything that you need inside of you to take your life to the next level. So much love. We'll talk soon, and I'll see you at the top, because the bottom is way too crowded. But we never look down on anyone unless we're willing to help them up. Much love.